Readers, as we move on to the next work of our unit, I want to share a thought or really an image that I've seen in poetry, fiction, essays, and in photographs and paintings that's very similar to the one that you're seeing now. And maybe you've seen something like this too. It's the idea of how where there is darkness, light can still get in through tiny breaks or cracks in a window in someone's heart. I love this idea. It makes me think that even when things aren't perfect, especially when things aren't perfect, there is a hidden beauty in them. These cracks, these places where the light gets in, are the places where we can really see and know a person, who they are as a person and a character. The light shines in and illuminates part of the person that we haven't seen before because they keep it hidden. These are moments in our lives that reveal a lot about a person. The moments when the light gets in, and the moments that act like a window into the beating heart of a character. In a book, those are the moments when we as readers want to especially pay attention as we read. In this bend, we're going to study those window moments closely, letting those moments teach us about what really makes this character who they are. Before we do that, we're going to continue reading a little bit more of Matt de la Pena's story, How to Transform an Everyday Ordinary Hoop Court into a Higher Place of Learning and You at the Podium. We stopped right when our narrator gets to Mooney Jim. Remember that the cop has just hassled him after his dad's been pulled out of the factory and after he has run across town to get to the gym. I'll give you one tip before we get started. Even often, you're not sure why a moment stands out, you just have a feeling it does. Louis Rambart, a famous reading researcher, says to pay attention to these moments. So let's try that. While you wait for the gym manager Jimmy to arrive by bicycle with his massive ring of rattling keys, listen to the grown men around you. To the uninitiated, they are uneducated, they are poor, black, crass, shifty, steely-eyed, a reason to cross the street. But over the course of the summer, you'll soak up everything around you. You will hear the brilliance, the poetry, the philosophy, the verbal dance of the on-court banter. They will laugh harder and more often than anyone you've ever known. And you will laugh too, especially a few weeks into the summer when they turn their wrath on you. They'll begin calling you Mexico, even though your Spanish is suspect at best. They'll ask you why you're inside a gym and not crouched in a field somewhere picking strawberries or kicking around a soccer ball. They will tell you you're too young to ball with them, too skinny, too light in the pocket, too soft. So let's look at this moment. The main thing to do is trust that there's a reason this moment stood out to some of us. When that happens to you or in your club, revisit that moment and think about its possibilities. So I want you to think in the discussion, is there a part that stood out to you? What strikes you inside that part?